All right. Give yourself a moment to return. You went deeper than you know. The change has occurred. You are more than you were. And the information will flow into you. You will see it reflected in your world. Give it time and space. Allow it to be more real so that it can manifest in your illusion in such a way that is with elegance and ease and with harm to none. All right, and we have time for some questions. John, who begins?
Monica.
Are they able to unmute?
Let's see.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, dear one.
Hello, beautiful Tara. That was beautiful meditation. I was feeling like I was floating, and just it's always astonishing everything that you give to us as a gift of love and your beautiful presence in this beautiful body and being here. I'm very happy that was guided. Thank you, beautiful Tara. I wanted to ask you. I have done meditation. Might have to do it again. Well, I take away might. I'm gonna do it again. And as I was going to, and I myself apologizing to myself because I believe I was, I had ignored, but I had put focus as I did some meditations and grounding in my higher self that perhaps I should take a step back and assurance to pay attention, and I have, and I just I feel a little bit in the human emotion a little bit sad because he has tried to go where I'm at, and when he comes I'm not there, and then I feel like I hope he doesn't get discouraged. I left a message. You can call me or leave me alone. I'll meet you, because I have to go to another place to go work, and then your work schedule. I know you, and I didn't. No one has told me that he's looking for me, but everybody where I'm working, they say that he's there a lot looking for me, and it makes me feel good. But at the same time, it's like I'm very patient. The stars brought me back to pay attention to him, and I am just want to sure, Tara, that is, I'm actually gonna he's actually gonna catch up to me. Is he actually gonna catch up to me? Is he really with his heart gonna catch up to me? And that's my I'm trying to understand. Trying to understand.
Oh, and so it's really more about you than him. When you open your heart to someone, there is a vulnerability there. There's an importance to be vulnerable. At the same time, how do you preserve your sense of self in relationship to another? And so as you long to be connected, long to be complete in that way, it's important for you to be complete within yourself. And today's meditation has brought you to that understanding. Oh, I am complete. Now it's for me to dream the dream of receiving and giving love in new ways, at new levels, in a dynamic that is not one that has been comfortable. So having someone chase the love that you or resist the love that is there is a common theme in your world. But there are also many stories that have been told and lived where the love is assured. And it begins with loving yourself more. And so as we've been working with you on many levels in this particular meditation, healing the adolescent, something that happened in adolescence that then rewrote a script around love to be less than optimal. Could be that the script said it's not safe to love. It's not safe to be me. It's not, I'm here to make a difference, but it's not safe. So there's a conflict inside that says, maybe not yet. That is answered with maybe not yet. And yet today you were able to resolve that. And so what there is to do is, okay, now that it is also safe for me, now what changes in me? What does become my new focus of attention? So in the old you, there is meaning earlier today. The you that is looking for love, but it's always a little late. That would be a script. That would be a story that you wrote at some point. But now you can change that. And when you change it, the question becomes, is it what I want? I want to open to love and have it be received. And who do I get to be? What do I get to explore? What's important about having that foundation of love be a constant in your life? And so to dream that dream, it's important for you to recognize, oh, I'm the one who's got the hand up saying, not yet. And that's important to recognize. Oh, okay, I have a safety mechanism. But when I acknowledge it, then I have choice about it. Then I can say, am I putting my hand up? Am I the one who's resisting? Or am I communicating how I feel and what I want for myself and for others? And so then the communication becomes more clear. When the communication becomes more clear, then you can see the progress you're looking for. So you didn't know you weren't being clear. You didn't know that you might be giving mixed messages. But as you find clarity within yourself, what do I want for me? What's important about who I become when I allow more love in my life? What's available to me? What do I then know to be true about reality? And so begin there. See what you find.
Tara, yes, that is the old me that I was going through all that, like you said. Yes, 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 you got it right on, like always, beautiful, Tara. And then I had to center myself and rethink. And I actually did the welcome him into my life, manifesting it into the higher rooms. And because I'm seeing how he's been doing it for a while, and I'm seeing how he has some colleague friends that would look to see if I'm there, like they want to know everything I'm doing. So I saw that his intention is real, that he is chasing love. You got, yes, right there, like the movie, like a movie, like humans have movies here, make up stories, fictional, unbelievable, illusional, not real stories. But anyway, this is real, factual information, because I'm hearing it, and I'm seeing from a distance. So now, as I'm doing this, I want to know if for my heart, if he actually catches up to me. I'm seeing it in my mind, him doing it. But the human emotion. I need your assistance that make it happen. Make it happen. No, I will make it happen. I'm manifesting, but I need your consult, Tara. I feel bad in the human way because I did delay it because I was fixing some stuff. And then I cried because no one has ever shown me so much love, and I always tend to run away. But this one's real, like you said before. He's very real. You said it.
Yeah, so just keep working on being open to love within yourself. You are
As I
capable.
Go ahead.
You are capable. You are ready to be that vulnerable. you have healed enough.
By doing this, what love, his love, you I said before that when you said be ready, he was coming to talk to me. Should I be ready again?
So it is your script to write. How does it feel when you think that you are ready? How does it feel when you think that you are not? How does it feel when you write a script where you have to wait and wait and wait? How does it feel when you write the script where, oh, I'm open, I'm different now? So you see, the old you is always the more familiar, so that will be easy to replay in your mind. Well, this is how I would have done it in the past. And as you see it with a little bit more detachment that you're now capable of, you can also see that, oh, okay, I was resisting. It was me who wasn't ready. And now you're not in that place anymore. So now there's a new excitement, and there's also maybe a bit of fear around what would it mean for you to actually have the reality that you want. And the important thing is, so with any relationship, there's always going to be the fear that you will lose yourself, that the other will become so important that you will lose yourself. That's an old script. You don't have to play that out, but be aware it is there, that it is common to have that fear. I won't exist anymore. I won't be me anymore. And so that's why the steps of loving yourself more and strengthening that sense of self and knowing who you are is always the first step. So that when you open to love, you are aware of who you are and what you bring and what you receive and what is them and what is you. And together, what do you create that's new together? Does that help?
Yes, sir. As you were saying this, I was seeing a bubble, and I was seeing it manifesting it, and I connecting to him, and I you seeing a connecting cord that we actually connect. I have said I'm ready. Or do I need to do any other meditation that I need to? Because
Just
he
keep
is from.
building that expectation that you are ready. So you also create the consequences. So the first step is creating the relationship, but then what's important about being in relationship? What is possible? And begin dreaming those dreams. Oh, well, when I know that I'm loved, well, then I'm open to creating more of what is positive and beneficial in my world. Then I also feel that I can give more. And what are those qualities that you can give more of? So start to really generate that sense of possibility that it will be available. And in that exuberance, in that love, in that excitement of what you can create, something will emerge. And then there's that to respond to. But it begins with the possibility.
The possibility of actually happening. Uh, Tara, you said before may I have a view on it actually happening for
So you're
actually?
already in the I want a guarantee. So as soon as you think I need a guarantee, you are no longer in the resonance of love. Now you want to prove that you're right about something, or you want to fix something that's wrong, or you want to guarantee an outcome. That's not the same thing as creating a new possibility. That's not the same thing as being open to love. So the you that's open to love and being loving understands that, oh, when I'm in this state of love, boundaries are different. I'm more open. I feel cared for. I feel nurtured. I feel safe. And when I feel safe, I'm able to express more of who I truly am. And nowhere in that is a guarantee. All of it is about opening and being curious about what's possible. So as you use curiosity as your fuel, instead of needing to know how it comes about, you'll you'll restore not only the love but also the safety. Does that help?
Yes, I'm thinking what you're saying. So, I am, that's the old me. The old me is gone. This is a new me. I am resonating love energy and taking him love energy. And I I feel like if the universe is tricking me, am I wrong or am I right? Or I'm just hallucinating that the universe is tricking me, or it's just
Well,
me.
that is always a hallucination, but as you are aware, okay, I have something coming up in me that I might be taken advantage of or tricked or conned or whatever it is. As you turn that over to your higher self and say, higher self, look, this is how I feel, but I don't want to create that situation. I want to heal whatever that's from. And you may find that, oh, it's not even in this lifetime. You may find that that pattern is from another lifetime. And so as you ask your higher self to show you, okay, what is the origin of this? This feeling that I might be tricked, that I'm not going to get what I want, that I'm going to fail, or whatever it is that you have as, okay, I feel like I'm being tricked. Okay, what's important about feeling like you're being tricked? Is it that you then expect failure, or that you expect to be humiliated, or that you expect to lose the love? As you get very specific about what is the consequence, now you can see, oh, okay, there's a pattern of fear that plays out in this way. So if I anticipate a negative future, what there is to do is to say, well, that's not what I want. What I really want is this positive future. And who am I in that positive future? Because you know who you are if you fail. You know exactly how you're going to behave. You know exactly what it means to you. It's all just like the past. But when you choose the future you do want now you have different resonances available to you. And those resonances have impact on you right now. They're the optimal future self, having the reality you want, is generating certain emotions in you, such as the hope and the light and the love and the willingness to step forward. And so play with that to really become aware, oh, when I have fear, it's not to be ignored, it's important. It's telling me that I am focused on a future I don't want. And then to be specific about it. Oh, well, I'm afraid somebody's going to take advantage of me. Or I'm afraid I'm going to get hurt. I'm afraid that I'm going to be rejected. It's usually very simple, the expectation of the fear. And you have no evidence yet that it won't be that way. And so then the fear grows. But what there is to do is to step back and say, okay, I'm putting energy into a negative future. It's because, and I know I am because I have fear. I need to choose what I want instead. And we understand it sounds really simple when you're outside of the set, but when you're in the fear, we understand it's challenging. We understand it's not natural. It's more natural to argue for your limitation. than to remember who you truly are. Wait a minute. I can create anything. Why do I think I'm going to create something negative? What if I put my attention on something positive that I want to create? And so to do that work is important in the moment that the fear's showing up. In the moment when you want to make a phone call or you want to send a message or you want to meditate and dream the beautiful dream, but then you stop yourself because, well, what's the point anyway? What does it matter? I'm not going to get what I want. See, it's just revealing the old beliefs that are in the way. See, having what you want and holding a belief, I never get what I want, are incongruous. They're not congruent. You can't take the I never get what I want into the resonance of I have what I want. I create my own reality. I allow magic and miracles of love to prevail. You have to leave this one behind. You have to address, when did it begin? Well, I've always felt that way. Okay, what was the earliest time? Well, when I was a little girl, I saw that didn't get the birthday party, or I didn't get the present that I wanted, or I didn't have Christmas, or whatever it was, or I didn't have a baby brother or a baby sister, or I was the baby and I didn't have the help of the older siblings, whatever it was. It's specific to you. There's a little infant or child who didn't get what they needed in the time they needed it. And they made a decision. It's safer to think I never get what I want and never be disappointed, which of course never works, but that's the logic behind it, than to dream and hope for what I want. So you have to heal that at the point of origin. And that's really important. And you know how to do that. You know how to bring your higher self to the event, to hold the little baby or child and say, what do you want? What's important right now for you to have? I just want my mom to love me. I just want my dad to hold me. I just want parents who aren't fighting, who are together on the same page, who adore me. Whatever it is, we're just giving ideas. Whatever it is, let the child have it in their reality. And when your higher self gives them what they want, and they are free to be who they are, it heals you as well. It heals that pain. It lifts the shame. And it sets the foundation where you change the adaptive child that had to adapt and transforms her into the free child. The child that is free to dream, free to explore, free to ask for love and receive it. All right. And so there's a lot in there for you. But as you work with the recording, it will all make sense. We love you so.
Thank you, Tara. It was very beautiful, and I believe that what you said is I should be ready when I meet him.
Yes. And you will be.
Tara, I love you, and I love you, love you. Thank you for being here.
We
Thank you.
love you so. All right, John, who is next?
Henry.
All right.
Hello, Tara.
Yes, dear one.
Wonderful to be back with you again today. Um, the in the meditation I had when we got together with the three of us, I had a big, I had a big feeling of I don't know what I'm getting back. I have no idea what I'm getting back, and also just a really negative feeling of that it was just a really negative feeling
And
that
what did the negative feeling tell you is more true?
um, it's I'm, that it's not that I'm not. I can't. I won't. that
And is that from the adolescent or from the current time?
well, yes, I've been going through a very up and very down week, and feeling quite a lot of negativity today. But um, I'm there was a lot of chaos this week with after the coaching, which was a meditation into healing, longevity, healing for the future, and I've had a lot of trouble with my teeth. A bridge fell out. I don't have many teeth left, but this snapped off and fell out, which was a big shock. And even though I suppose I expected it, and then I started tripping and falling, and things were dropping off shelves, and I was dropping things, and on that evening, and at the same time I was feeling a lot of hope, and so I was able to. There were that kind of two ends of it. There was a big Shakespeare read going on this week, and I was able to tap into it. Just people reading Shakespeare for 24 hours a day for 7 days, and I was able to tap in, and that just so helps me because I'm so connected with Shakespeare. I can just get there. I just get to where they're at, and so I was dipping in as much as I could, and at the same time, then also just feeling everything's just fallen apart, and I'm still not doing things about things I need to do, and I had an amazing. I usually go out to art galleries on Saturday, and I haven't been doing that so much, but I forced myself to go out and had a wonderful conversations with people at an art opening, and I just felt I was back to the me that is there and able to just engage and inspire um, and be present, and I was just feeling actually most of that day, I'm back, and and looking back on it, it just feels like perhaps it was a bit manic and having a bit of a drop after it, but just trying to balance this stuff, and so it's I hit these points of I just don't know how I'm going to get through it, and then in the other points, it's just I feel so good when I'm being the accomplished me that does what I do, and the two got more extreme. Also just looking for the new in there. I'm not quite sure about that, but um, can you?
So when you think about your meditation
Yeah,
and what you felt or thought during the meditation,
yeah.
and yet the shadow returned, that which you are aware of and that which you aren't aware of, returned all that was lost during the wounding.
And I did
And
that shadow work during the week that we talked about.
yes, and so as you really
I knew what
let
that was.
yourself know, oh, there is there is a part of me that doesn't want it,
Yeah.
doesn't want to allow it. Now, that part of you is not stronger than the part that does want it. So, in the meditation, were you able to experience the transformed adolescent?
Um, well, I was um, I was remembering certainly how he was during the eternal youth, and which is how I felt on Saturday night and on other times after this week.
Beautiful. Yes. So
Um,
beautiful that you're making that correlation and that he did show himself to be that, because that tells you more than the thought or the feeling that it didn't work. Now I saw him restore that time of eternal youth.
yeah,
It's more real for him now. That is more relevant than the, I wonder if it worked. I wonder if I don't know what it was that got returned, does it work? And we assure you it does. That you don't have to know what qualities are. You will just begin to have access to aspects of self you thought you'd lost, or that you never related to within yourself before. As you just let there be some mystery to it. This is soul work.
yes,
And so it's going to be possibly not as black and white or in words, even. It's going to be more a sense of being. It's going to be in the light, in the beauty, in the love that you experience. It's going to come in the cracks and crevices of your dream. And so let it be mysterious. For you, mystery is key. It opens you up in new ways because you don't get caught up in doing it right, or how do I do it? And if I don't know how I'm going to do it, how can I do it? And so as you get yourself out of that cause and effect sort of way of thinking that you
right,
are also well trained in, you were literally taught, if you know how to do it, you can do it. Ergo, if you don't know how to do it, you can't do it. But where's the mystery then?
yeah,
Where did it go? It got snuffed out in the I can't do it. Unless I know how to do it, I can't do it. But that's not actually true. It was a misunderstanding. It was what you were taught by a limited reality. But you have grown and you have changed, and now it is actually possible to receive new information along the way. It is possible for others to help you along the way. It is possible to manifest out of thin air solutions. And at the end of it, you think, wow, If I had to guess how it was going to happen, I would have never been able to figure it out. But you can only say that on the other side of it. But when you think the future creates the present,
Yeah.
the answers come along the way. It's hardly ever the case that you know exactly what you need to do to get it done.
Yeah.
That only works for things you've already done. But you're here to create something new each day. And as you let yourself add a bit more mystery, even to the things you need to get done. What if I approach it as, well, this is the outcome I want. Higher self, I don't know how I'm going to get there. Help me create it with elegance and ease, whatever it is. And I'll
Yeah.
show up for it. It's a new way of being, isn't it? It's not what you were taught. You were taught by
Yeah.
parents and teachers that were experts, quote unquote, in life.
Yeah.
Never did they have you read the fine print that says, we really don't know what we're doing here. We're just going to act like we know. And it was well intentioned. The good intention was, well, we want to create a sense of safety and confidence in the child. So we're just going to act like we know everything. And of course, as when you reach your adolescence, you confront all that and you say, you don't really know anything. You don't know what I should do in this situation with this girl over here. If I do what the two of you do, I'll never have a conversation. So you see, it's important that the irreverence and rebelliousness of the adolescent did occur
Yeah.
because it woke you up to, oh my gosh, I don't think they really know what they're doing. And that took them down from the pedestal that the child had. Because you see, the child put the parents on the pedestal of God, Goddess. And you can't experience God, Goddess if you think it's your parents.
Yeah.
And each of you have deconstructed that and understood, oh, I need to stop projecting parent onto my spirituality so that I can have a loving relationship with my higher self and with my soul and spirit and with God and Goddess. And if I just identify as child all the time, I'm not going to get anywhere because I'm intended to step into my authority, not the authority of the 2-year-old who just received a face of power, but doesn't really know much at that age from a logic standpoint. The child knows plenty and actually is better at creating reality in some ways than the spiritual adult, because the spiritual adult's still trying to follow rules. And the 2-year-old doesn't have rules, is willing to try anything. Hey, let's see if I can float across the room. Let's see if I can manifest over there. Let's see if my imaginary friends are less imaginary than my parents think they are. And I'm going to have a tea party or play games or go disappear for a while into their realm. The 2-year-old does all that. Parents get freaked out and they shut it all down. That's part of what you have to restore when you work with your child, is that willingness to be present to, oh, I wonder what we can do now. And they have rich imaginations. That imagination is not shut down. And when you restore that to your free child is not adaptive. Your free child doesn't have the lack of confidence or lack of sense of self or lack of power that the adaptive child had. The free child, who you were always meant to be, has access to imagination and loves spontaneously and has desire in spades, more and more desires. I want this, I want that. Can I have this? Can I have that? Thinking not that the answer will be no, expecting the answer to be yes, of course. We love you. We give you whatever you want. So when you heal your child and you provide them with loving parents who nurture them, that child exists in a state of freedom and has a sense of self and is empowered and is magical. And it's so different, we know from what you grew up in, that the spiritual adult has to do the work to let the past go so that your child can exist as a free child and your adolescent can be the curious adolescent. Because it heals something in you that you need. You need to be that free. You need to be that curious, free of the conditioning. That has kept you safe. We understand the lesser self will remind you again and again, yes, but if we follow these rules, you will be safe. If you do it the way you were shown, you will be safe. And it's no wonder that you are fighting with yourself, saying, I don't want to be safe like that anymore. I want to grow. I want to change. I know it can be different. And as you are showing yourself every time you go and risk something by being in the public, interacting and sharing your love and your light in the context of the acting, in the directing, all the ways that you share your ideas, your metaphysics, everything. It lifts you up because you get to be more. You're not the child who was afraid of being punished or the adolescent who was afraid of being rejected. And so as you allow your child to be the free child and the adolescent to be the curious adolescent, it becomes even more meaningful and easier and a part of who you are. Does that help? So we
Yes,
covered a lot of ground just now, but
yes.
essentially what we're trying to show you is when you let in that a change has been made at a fundamental level with your adolescent, with your higher self's help and your soul's help in the form of your shadow. As you let yourself know, I have a pattern of safety called doubt that protects me from disappointment. And we want you to ask yourself the question, and it's going to sound funny, but it's not meant to be funny so much as to give you some relief. Ask yourself, how's that working for me? How's it really working for me to doubt that my higher self and my shadow are making a difference? Keeps me safe, keeps me suppressed, but the cost is I don't get to feel ebullient. I don't get to feel that lightness of being that comes with the expansion. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I don't have to know. I just need to be in that resonance. And so just sort of manage that in a way that is good for you. You know, I'm used to doubting. I don't think I'm going to do that right now. I think I'll try it another way. I think I'll be curious, or I'll go into the mystery of it, where I know there aren't set answers. There's no right way. And that's kind of uncomfortable. But in the mystery, I get to explore. I'm more free to be. Does that help?
Well, that is certainly some of the energy that I had this week. Just thinking, well, I came across Jack Canfield's rule of just do something for 5 minutes, and that helped a lot. um, because it actually meant I was doing things, and then dropping back into some of the old stuff.
But you give yourself some relief, and as you do it more frequently, the more relief you get, and then that becomes the new norm.
Yeah.
So keep doing that. Yes.
Yeah.
Explore it as I'll just do it for 5 minutes because 5 minutes is such a short amount of time.
Or I'll do 5 minutes worth of it, and then if then I carry on, then that's good because I've started something. I've actually started something.
Yes. And if you set it down, that's okay. You finished your 5 minutes.
Yes, I hadn't thought about that bit. I said, yeah, I spent the labor on,
Wonderful.
but then, I've still got these. Well, I'll say it, the bed bugs, and I'm looking at all different sorts of ways of doing things about that, but not
So
actually.
so what's important is let the energy of tonight settle in and know that in the resonance, new solutions are coming.
Yeah,
Ones you haven't thought of yet, or you haven't, or ways of being you hadn't explored yet.
yeah,
So the approach has gotten you so far with the problem, whatever we know. You have many problems according to the way that you speak with us, but the truth of the matter is the bed bugs are one obvious problem that you've had, and so you've had a certain approach to it. And as you just let yourself know, okay, part of the challenge is I want it to be meaningful. I want it to have value. And so you may remember there's a yellow series tape from Lazarus called Choose Your Lessons.
yeah,
And you get to say what you're going to get out of it in advance.
yeah,
Well, I'm going to change this about myself, or I'm going to be more confident in this area, or I'm going to handle this sort of problem differently. And the me that has done that already, well, is saying, well, I chose the lesson I wanted to learn. This is the lesson I wanted to learn. And voila, that's how it played out. And it opens up your imagination, and it also gives you your authority back. Because you see, if you're trying to appease some invisible authority out here, how do you know when you're done? How do you know when you get it right? You can't know. You can only take actions and measure, did it work or didn't it work?
hmm,
But if you want to have it be a little more elegant, a little easier, you can choose the outcome before you get there and let that future self pull you forward. So play with that idea.
yeah.
All right. We love you so.
Thank you so much, Tara. Thank you.
Of course. All right, who is next?
Carol.
Hello.
Yes, dear one.
Oh, well, and the meditation shifted some energy in my life, although it doesn't solve my problems. But anyway, before I come to the question, I wanted to ask. Um, I'm a person who listen to the whispers, and I try to find the meanings of things.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And since my ill-fated condo story, um, I feel that things have been going down. And there's many little synchronicities or things here and there that, although I've always been told that I would live long, it suggested that maybe my exit is coming. And so this morning, I was up in my kitchen, doing some coffee or whatever, and I sense I don't know if you confirm that or not. I sense my legs completely cut. They're extremely weak. It was difficult to stand up. And this thing lasted for about 1 to 2 minutes. I pretty much hurry up to go and sit somewhere because I would have collapsed. So I went into Google, of course, and checked, what could it be. And I'm already a cardiac person. I have cardiac problems, and I wonder if I had a stroke. Can you answer that?
So we do not sense that it is a stroke, though you can always go have it checked. What is more relevant is we would suggest a temporary pinching of a nerve or some sort of energy center. We sense it as more energetic than physical. So as you do a brief visualization with us to reconnect the upper half with the bottom half of yourself. So as you recognize, okay, my bottom half is naturally earth oriented, connected to the earth, and my upper half is connected to the stars. But actually, you need the energy to flow from the stars all the way down through you, down into the earth, and you want the earth energy to flow all the way up through you and up out to the stars. So as you recognize, oh, okay, there is a sense of separation and disconnection that can occur when I'm doing my work. When I am meditating, I tend to go into other realms. I tend to focus on being more expanded and giving of myself to the world. We want you to take a moment just briefly to recall all your energy back to you so that the illusion that you're in is brought all the way back in. Any energy that you have left with others, that you have gifted to your world, that is all right for you to bring back to you. So there's that which you give that is doing its work, but that is not who you are. That is the source energy flowing through you. But then there is your energy that you need to revitalize your body, to create new realities. And so you ask your higher self to recall all the energy that is yours, needs to come back into your body, into your energy centers, and to be calibrated. So last week we did a recalibration. This week we did a very powerful healing where you received energy from your shadow. All of that new stuff needs to be grounded into the earth plane also.
Okay.
And so to do a grounding and connecting exercise where you sense your consciousness connecting first with your higher self and then to follow your consciousness down deep into the heart of earth.
Okay.
And
So
in
I'm
that,
not exiting.
yes. And then asking asking Earth, who is an aspect of the goddess,
Mhm.
to
Okay.
recharge your physical body.
Yeah, I feel actually because of all these deceptions and a few other little things that happened to me recently, I really feel out of energy. I don't have even energy to dream new dreams or whatever. I say, what the hell, it would be too much demanding energetically to even change my mind and program something else. Anyway, and what I just a
So what
phrase
we're
like
hearing
yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm,
is there was a lot more meaning in the I was programming for a condo and somebody else
yeah. It killed
bought
me
it before
somehow.
I could manifest the resources.
Yes, yes. It really put me very, it affected me much more than somebody would think because it pretty much connected to other things. And it made me realize, because other things happen as well, that all the things I want, they're too much. I'm not getting them. So, the energy left me and things happening. I said, "Oh my God, I'm going finally." Anyway, um, yeah. So my other question is also because of those whispers, that I hear. Those two people who were killed in Minneapolis. What I find is the first one, the family name is good. The other one, the family name is pretty, like the adjective pretty. So I wondered, is there also another layer of a certain, battle that is going on in the ether or God knows where, that goodness and beauty are also attacked?
Certainly, it is your illusion, and part of you have the ability to ask, okay, if this is putting goodness, truth, and beauty at risk, and it seems as though it could be to me because you are observing, you are having the question. So when you put the question to yourself, how do you answer it?
It seems like it. It seems a dark, dark time, very dark times. And we need a lot of hope and combativity to fight that, which I don't have at the moment. So maybe it's
Yeah, so there is, as Abraham says, a better feeling thought, and that is what Lazarus has taught for many years, that goodness, truth, and beauty always prevail.
mm,
So as you allow yourself to reassure yourself, okay, it's it seems as though the dark chaos is winning at the moment, and yet out of the chaos comes the light. And what is showing up is the voice of the people.
mm,
What is showing up is are the values of people. So there's everyone who's involved in the experience have their own perceptions, their own experience of it. As a witness, as you are, because you were not in the event, but you are looking at the news for the clues, or you're reading all the information about it. Okay, what about this is relevant to me? What about this triggers a response in me? Does it produce compassion, outrage, a need to make a difference, a reminder that this is an illusion, but it's relevant because it's not what I want to have more of in the future. What I want is to have that goodness, truth, and beauty prevail.
mm.
And in the face of this intensity, it feels as though it's being threatened. And yet at the same time, if you were to look at when there is a threat of intensity, out of that come the solutions. Out of that are prompted change on a fundamental level. You don't want to grow through struggle. You don't want to grow through pain. But if the world is providing that stuff, then to receive it with gratitude and say, this isn't the way I want to create going forward, but I'm not going to waste this opportunity to revise the future. There are certain principles and values here that are important to me that are sustained. And out of this, people are waking up. It's not the way you want to wake up. It's not the way you want the world to have to wake up. But as you let it be, the focus of attention on, is it right? Is it good? Is it true? And when those are answered with no, 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 what's important? To flow that your knowledge of what can be, to flow your soul's values into the world has impact. It matters. And as you dream those dreams, we heard you. You don't feel like you have any energy to dream new dreams. But what we want you to recognize is that the change that you're making in yourself is a change from efforting to receiving. The two are important. The efforting is the human triangle. The receiving is the triangle of divinity. You need both to be active for reality to work for you the way that you want, to create that magic, to access who you truly are. The being that is free of the illusion and yet has the power to manifest. So each of you are, in your own way, working with those energies. Where you've been dreaming for years, certain dreams for your world. Healing other lifetimes, healing this lifetime, working with child, working with adolescent. It all sounds like, oh, it's so complicated, there's so much work to do. But actually, the truth of the matter is, whatever information is now is the only information you need to pay attention to. And as soon as you reflect on that information, and it can be brief, oh, this is what's going on. Do I want more of this or do I want something different? In order to not project from what's so right now into the future, you want to be aware when you're doing it. So if you see, okay, Renee had her trauma and she died. Alex had his trauma and he died. It would be easy to say, this is going to keep going on forever. Nobody's going to stop them. Nobody's going to ask the right question of how do we want this to be instead? This is a train wreck. This is going to go on and on and on. See, that's what the lesser self does with information. It's what the negative ego does with information. Cause and effect. Well, we've had two incidences. Oh, it's just, we just need a third. And then, oh, well, that's just the way it is. But it's not the way it is. There's a difference between the two events. The first event was a shock. And each of you received information about it. But when the second event came, you had already decided something about the first event that was important to you based on what you value. And so in the second one, the dynamics are totally different. And it's important to recognize I'm bringing more consciousness to this second event because of whatever I processed in the first one. I became more from it. I became more awake. The second one, I'm much more awake, even than the first one. What do I want to do with that? Do I want to go into my lesser self and be resigned to a negative world, lost in chaos? Or do I want to add energy to a world that is waking up, where compassion and caring are coming to the forefront? Because those values matter to me. Because goodness, truth, and beauty actually are my values, and they're resonances that I bring. And so I want to flow more of that into the fabric of the universe. And I'm going to dream a dream where these events change people, and people change systems. Because right now it's too easy to feel like it's us and them is whoever the machine is, whoever the authority is, whoever the voice is that is against you. And that just means there's more to heal around that. Restore your authority. Pull your energy back from the illusion. That's not what I want to create more of. I want to dream it differently. I want to put energy and attention on a different kind of world where the individual and their voice matters. I thought I had that, but now it's at risk. I don't know where it went. I don't know how this happened. I thought we were on track. I feel as though the rug's been pulled out. That's what the world is going through. And that's also being reflected in your reaching for your dream and feeling like the rug got pulled. Now, those are old patterns from other lifetimes. As we have said a few times, the intersection of technology and human consciousness evolving to a certain place is reminiscent of Atlantis. And that threat of destruction is always right there. I can't see it any other way. I just know people are going to destroy the world before we have a chance. Or I just know I'm not enough to fix it, to heal it, to change it. The destruction's inevitable. Those feelings those sensations, they're from Atlantis, so that you can heal that, so that you can change this reality. You already are so much further along than you know, because Atlantis seemed to be at a pinnacle, and it was. But you're more conscious in this lifetime. Human consciousness has evolved, is going to make the difference. And as you let that be more real, my love matters. My presence here in this lifetime makes the difference. If you give that to your ego, oh, well, I'm the only one who can save the world. No, we didn't say that. But your presence dictates resonance. And the resonance of your soul is such that the light and the love that you are changes everything for this world. And the manifestations that are to come are beyond anything your world can currently imagine. And yet it is what you are here to bring. And as you really let that be your guiding light, and let your soul be there for you, as you work with the shadow, you really start understanding, I was never alone. All those times that I failed or that I didn't get what I was intending to create, I was never alone. And that will change everything. But you have to be willing to give up the idea that you were alone. Because you see, your feelings are important. They're a measure. They're a perceiving device that you have. But the conclusions that the emotions bring, the thoughts that they connect to, weren't always correct. Sometimes misunderstandings happen. And that's part of the work that each of you are doing, is cleaning up the misunderstanding so that you are more free to be. And when you are more free to be, the illusion reflects it back. And so to use those moments that you remember when your magic worked, I know it can work. I just want it to be more consistent. I want to be empowered. I want to shift myself to be the authority so that I can stand in my individuality and know who I am and co-create a new world. It's a tall order. We understand. It's never been done before. And you're each here saying, yes, sign me up. I'm going to do it. And then you're at this place where it looks like, how the heck are we going to get there from here? And we reassure you, as always, the answers are not in your past. The strategies you used in the past are not going to work. They don't get you there. You need something from the future. You need new energy from the unknowns and from your light shadow. You're evolving your consciousness. And you've created a reality for yourself. You're comfortable. It's not necessarily the height of your existence. Some of you have a past where you had much more stuff of reality. And you're wondering, what the heck happened that I'm my most spiritual and I have the least access to physical? That needs to be healed. Because there is the either or belief. Either you're spiritual or you get all the physical stuff. Some of you were taught that. Others of you rejected it, but still struggle with it. Turn to the mystery. I was taught it's either or. I know that's not right. I'm going to create both in the same time and space. I'm going to give myself permission to create that. Not because it makes me better than anybody else. We know that's not the reason. It's because it would be fun. And the fun is the driver, is the motivation. I will feel more alive. I will feel more connected. I will feel more gracious, more gratitude. I will have more trust to work with. Those qualities are important to me. And I'm willing to dream that dream. And that requires letting go of all the past motivations, strategies for being safe, all the strategies the lesser self uses to guarantee a result. And as you really let in, I'm still testing reality. I'm still testing to see, is it safe? Is it consistent? I want the guarantee. Even when you're not aware that's what's happening, doesn't mean that you're not running that agenda. As you really let in, oh, what if I did create what I wanted? What would I make it mean about my relationship with my spirituality, with my higher self, with my soul and spirit and God and Goddess? Who do I get to be when I create that level of conscious reality creation? And as you let yourself dream that, that optimal future is more real, is relevant, is important to your journey. The optimal you who has it already exists. And when you let that in, then it doesn't become about earning it or figuring it out. It becomes about responding to the information that is so right now. and building communication with the unseen realm, as you've been doing. Does that help?
Thank you very much. It's more than expected.
Yes, and you are right on track. And
Thank you.
we understand the disappointment and the sorrow of failure. But as you let that understanding be, oh, Atlantis, it's reminding me of how important it is to me to succeed. And I'm up for that. I'm willing to do that. There's no question about it. I need more help. I need more resources. I need something new.
Thank you.
Yes, beautiful. We love you so. All right, John, is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
So far. Anybody else want to ask a question? We've got a little bit of time. Nope.
Can I ask a question or is it too late? I didn't.
Go ahead.
Okay, Tara, this is Anita. Thank you
Yes,
for
dear.
tonight. I had a session with a lady who did 2 hours of breath work on me, and I didn't feel like anything huge. I felt like an energy change in a sense, but I felt I always use the same expression, but I feel like these deeper, harder things are coming up, and I know I have lots of tools and I've everything, but I sit with it and I try to identify it, and I have difficulty, and I believe it's different parts, different things. It's not just one. Can you give me any type of guidance as to what I should do with this? I mean, I know that I need to heal it, but I'm not, even with my sitting and my waiting and my asking, I'm not getting any answers. And if it's just that I just need to wait for the answer, okay. But if you have any guidance.
Okay, so you don't need to share exactly what it was, but we just want to measure did something specific come out of the breath work? A recognition of something or a release of something, or was it just vague?
Yeah, I don't know if anything really came out. I know that things were moving. I got to a point where I was sort of, I got to where I was like prostrating in front of what I call God and really asking for help. And that's what happened. And then after that, I always have this feeling of like this intense energy that's coming up. And it was just a deeper one. And it's very, how do you say? It's unpleasant. And so, I don't know. I mean, I've been doing a whole bunch of things on it to identify which child or whatever. And even that is not coming up. So it feels like, I've done work on people, but for myself, it seems like a block.
Okay, so based on what you've said, we want
Mhm.
you to tune in and use muscle testing or whatever you use to test.
Mhm.
Is it mine or is it someone else's?
It's mine.
Is it this lifetime or another lifetime?
It's like both.
Is it related to the work we did this evening with the wounding or some other aspect?
It says it's related, but I did fall asleep. But I knew it was about adolescence, but I fell asleep.
Yes. So the wounding is a similar theme, not the same event, but the similar energetic theme that runs through all your lifetimes. It's a face of soul that the soul uses as an opportunity. Okay, we're going to heal this stuff. And each lifetime is that opportunity. And you being the most conscious, you also committed to making it about to bring all your lifetimes home. And so for each of you, the wounding has a weight to it.
Mm-hmm.
It can be extremely painful or shameful or
Mm-hmm.
disconnecting, or there's some intensity with it that was never meant to be that painful, but because of who you are and the consciousness that you are and the willingness to
Mm-hmm.
heal all the lifetimes, it has become intense. So
Mm-hmm.
so when you go to sleep tonight, give your higher self permission and your soul permission to integrate the healing that did occur in the meditation and to resolve that issue that bubbled up during the breath work. The breath work, in a sense, was the preparation, the
Okay.
opening. And then, okay, well, now what do I do with it?
Mm-hmm.
And so then, as you dream tonight, let yourself really know. You don't know how, and it doesn't seem even probable, but your shadow has restored all that was lost. And that includes the unknown of what was lost in the wounding, as all those energies have been returned to you and to the adolescent in all your lifetimes. And so now, as you let that be more real, okay, whatever the primary energy was of your wounding, know that that is now relieved. And what is possible for your adolescent? Who is she now free to be? She's not going to have the same past you had.
Mm-hmm.
She's existing in her own parallel universe. What's possible for her now? What is she excited about? What is she up to? And as you allow her to be different than the you that you were, it gives you, we would say, impetus to be available to something new in yourself.
Okay.
Oh, I've been trying to fix what's wrong. Doesn't mean that you don't have to do the work of knowing that, oh, there was something there in my adolescence. It's important to work with those phases of soul. Each of you have done many years of work on yourselves. So this is that last little bit. Now the question is, if I heal it, I will change.
Mm-hmm.
And what comes up with that? Can be dread, can be excitement at first, but then fear, can be exuberance. I'm free, finally free. But now what?
Yeah.
So you see, there's this sort of catch that happens of, oh, now I have to choose something new
Mm-hmm.
out that as my backdrop. And so there's this a bit of a crisis can happen around, what do I want to be responsible to next? What do I want to fill that space with? I've been trying to earn my right to exist all this time, or I've been trying to heal what couldn't be healed all this time. So that as you recognize, oh, I don't have that anymore. If I'm not telling that story anymore, what's my new story? I got to write a new one. I have an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to create something new that doesn't even have the past as a backdrop.
Mm-hmm.
And we understand that can be terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And so we want you to take into that expansive state the knowing that your higher self is there with you, guiding you, that you really aren't alone. You thought you were in the past, but when you really get that, I'm going to give this story up, not for no reason, but so that I can be available to co-creating, so that I can perceive my higher self more, so that I do know my soul has purpose and is connected to God and Goddess. And that is my foundation. I've been saying the words for years, but now I get to feel it. I get to be it. I get to design my next steps based on that knowledge.
In
And
that
as,
space, go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say in that space of like where where things are maybe a little bit more clear, and I have this, let's call it maybe a void or something like that. And it's a new thing for me. Is it because it would be good to create from that space, and yet is that you're saying that my higher self would guide me, or that I need to ask help from God and Goddess, or I don't
All
know.
of them. All of them.
Everything.
Your whole
Everything.
team. Let
Oh
your
my.
whole team be there
Okay.
and receive input. When you feel you don't have clarity, when you feel you're not enough, when you feel that I'm not seeing anything, I need to know what my next step is. Allow them to gift you with some knowing of that next thing, because you're still in the physical plane, you're still in time and space. You have an illusion that is malleable, but it is what it is at the moment you observe it. And so when you segment intend and say, okay, I want to feel expanded. I want to feel uplifted. I want to feel the love and support. I want to be in a state of gratitude, knowing that this next step that I don't even know what it is yet, I'm going to project myself into the optimal me who has accomplished it already. The optimal future you exists already, who has done the journey. You still can't see the journey necessarily. You only get to see the next step. But what's required is committing to the outcome. Which optimal future self? Well, the one who is most positive, the one who has had elegance and ease, the one who is more than she was before. More connected, more loving, more full of gratitude and grace, making a difference in the world. If that is what comes to mind, don't use any of the words that don't make sense to you that we have said. But as you just say, no, the optimal me feels comfortable in her skin, feels relaxed, is creative, is having positive impact with the people that she works with, is having fun playing her best game. Don't leave out the fun part. You get to include all the good stuff that you do enjoy. All the things that are meaningful to you. Include them in that optimal future. She's already figured out how to make it all work. If she's in a relationship, the relationship she has with her kids, the things she's doing in the world, the response she's getting from her public encounters, most positive expression.
Okay.
And as you spend some time dreaming that, you don't have to get it perfectly, but just, oh wow, I want to be her. I want to be her now. And as you give permission for her to gift you the resonances and therefore the opportunities that got her there. One opportunity, it's going to be an array. And you're going to get immediate feedback in your illusion that this person's going to talk to you about something that they came up with, or you're going to get a call from somebody, or you're going to have an idea of, oh, well, this will be fun to do. Or you're going to write somebody and they're going to respond with, hey, I was just thinking about you. And what about this? The way magic happens. So as you let yourself be more fluid, more flexible, but making the commitment to the future that you want. That is your job. Your job is to choose, what direction do I want to go in? I want to go in this most positive direction. Do you know what it looks like? No, I don't. Is that okay? Yes, it is. Because what we're interested in hearing is what are the resonances? Because resonance is what manifests reality.
Mhm.
And so as you find yourself aligning, it's not a perfect thing. You're going to have your off days, but don't worry about it because your higher self will get you right back on track. Remember, this is what you want in the future.
Mhm.
And then you might be like Henry and say, well, do I want that?
Yeah.
And you might have to recommit to that or something different, something better. As you grow, the optimal future moves also forward, becomes more optimal, more expansive, is growing also, you see.
Mhm.
But you're aware of that. Like, wow, I have even more imaginings about what it could be. I have positive hope. I have inspiration. I have expectation about how it can be,
Mhm.
which when you first start out isn't necessarily there. It's something that is generated. So as you look to your matrix, and you do a process to imbue yourself with the energies from the future, you,
Mhm.
you tend to do that at the end of your process. So you don't have to do all the clearing. You've already done the clearing.
Okay.
So just focus for the next few days to spend 10 minutes, 5 minutes, however long, just imbuing some statements that are relevant to the future you want to create and tap it into your body and
Okay.
see what shows up.
Okay. All
And
right.
you will find that your body will respond to that positive imagery. Oh, this is what we're up to. Oh, that feels good. Oh,
Mhm.
let's have more of that. And it becomes your new way of being because you're
Mhm.
giving the message, the instruction to your physical body and to the cells, hey, this is the future we're going to. And your cells respond.
Mhm.
Okay, we're on board with that. We're going to align with that. We're going to gift you with more energy.
So, sorry. So are you saying that all the work that was done today, with the meditation, that it healed what came up with the breath work, and I just need to work on the future I want after? Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Okay.
essentially.
So,
Now you can do it, you can redo the meditation and get the information more consciously if you want to,
okay.
but it has happened at an energy level.
Okay.
So as a conscious reality creator, you might want to, but you don't have to. You see, by choosing what you want next,
Yeah.
knowing that the stuff has been cleared out, now what there is to do is the next step. And this is true for all of you. Choose what's next.
Okay.
And how am I going to feel when I have it? What am I going to think about myself? What am I going to think about the world? What am I going to be focused on? What's my attention naturally on? So you do all of this sort of process in the coaching sessions. And so
Mhm.
you're aware of the language, but we want you to combine the imagery that you come up with the matrix tapping in
Yeah.
that last process that you do to install the new energy.
Okay. Okay.
And then measure what changes in me, because you need to know, because this is what you do with your clients, you see.
Mhm.
So as you already have a frame of reference, but your frame of reference may have primarily been doing a lot of clearing, and then the
Mhm.
last little bit is this part. We
Mhm.
want to, for yourself, because you've already done the clearing, to
Mhm.
emphasize, just do this last bit for yourself
Okay.
and see what changes in your day the next day. What's
Mhm.
available to you energetically in your attention
Mhm.
automatically. And you might find yourself throughout the day remembering what it felt like to tap those positive statements into yourself. And you
Mhm.
might say, oh, yeah, that is what I'm heading towards.
Mhm.
And just notice how it shifts your attitude, how it shifts your belief, how it shifts your thoughts and your feelings,
Mhm.
and brings about choices and decisions that you didn't even have access to before.
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yeah. Thank you so much. My goodness. Yeah. I'll say one thing. I'm happy that you can see that this has left, because I always have like this energy that's like I say, it's always like clogged and pressurizing me. So it's hard for me to feel like there's been any change, but I trust that, that's the case, but it's hard for me, even uh, as a energy healer or whatever, for myself to feel the shift, if there is one. And maybe, is it because I haven't brought in the future yet, or that what I hope to bring in, is that
Yes, we would suggest that would be on
help?
track. Yeah.
Okay.
It'll make a difference. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. We love you so.
Love you too, Tara.
And so we do want to remind all of you who have within you that default of I'm all alone, that comes from the separation from and the longing for, the original separation from God Goddess. Kathy is offering a soul retrieval process that heals that which was lost, that piece of soul or pieces of soul that were fragmented and discarded. Because you see, when you choose to be all alone, by definition, you might be letting go of I belong, or I'm not loved, I'm not worth loving, and so you let go of the love. Or you might let go of being visible, being present, having impact. So as each of you absolutely can do that work as well on your own. You have the tools, you have the processes. But if you're called to ask for help on that, Kathy has offered a process. It's in the emails. If it speaks to you, then reach out to her and ask your questions. All right. And so we go for now. We go with love and peace. Until next time, as we bring Katrina back.
Thank you, Tara.
So,
Thank you. Thank you.
So much, Tara.
Thank you, Tara.
Amazing. Thank you.